I truly believe that we need to really focus on the inner workings of the foster system, because I think that all the hidden workings of the foster system contribute to the sex trade. Because how can it not? Children who have had their parents die, or they're on drugs and they get put in the foster system, they still need guidance, parental guidance. And then they get put into a foster system where they get sexually molested and freaking raped and treated horribly. And then when they grow up and they get put out into the world, dude, no one can handle them because they're so awkward and different, and they're freaking so angry because they're just like, they've been violated, and they don't even know why. They did nothing to deserve it, and then they're just freaking angry because the dude, like, they've had no guidance, and people are treating them bad because they've had bad teachers. And no one has any patience for them because no one wants to deal with that. Because they should be a certain way, but they've had bad teachers. And so, what I'm saying is that my homeboy, he told me he was in the foster system. And when he was 5 years old, he said that he was in a room with all the other foster kids. And he said they were all sleeping. And then the foster mom or dad came in there. And then they woke the little girl up. And my homeboy, he was 5. He was just pretending that he was sleeping. And then, like, when he woke up the little girl, he said that she started crying because she knew what was gonna happen. And then he said he was still pretending to be asleep because he was scared. It's like, why is she crying? And then he said when they opened the door, there was like 3 grown black dudes out there. And he said the door was dead. And he said that he saw him raping her. And she was crying so hard. They were taking turns. And she was probably like 8 or something like that. They were just taking turns. And he said he didn't know what to do because he was 5. He knew something was wrong, but there were grown adults doing it. So he was like, I don't know what's going on. And so he has to think about that for the rest of his life. And these kids they just need guidance, and they're trying to learn from adults. And these adults are just doing what they want and taking advantage. Dude, is not right. Because these foster kids, they don't have anybody to protect them. I would protect them. I would never let that happen. I would freaking do something. And he said one time they came for him. They came for him, and he said that's when he made up his mind at 5 or no, I think he was like 7 at the time. He made up his mind. He was like, that's not gonna happen to me. You know, when they came for him, he punched her in the face. The mom, you know what I'm saying? And then another boy helped him, and they just beat her up, cuz. And then they ran. And then they freaking ran away. And then dude, like no guidance. They run away. They just know they don't want that horrible thing to happen. And then they get labeled as bad kids when they do crazy stuff. And when they get caught, run away. Oh, they're a runaway. They gotta be bad. Dude, and then it never gets really investigated because they're like, oh, he's a kid. But really, he knows so much wrong that's going on and nobody listens to him. And so he just, oh, well, what is he going to turn to? People that'll listen to him. Who will listen? Other kids who've been treated the same way. When when misery loves company, dude, they're gonna get angry together and be like, F that! F the world! I'm gonna do what I want! If Ron's gonna treat us like this, we're gonna do what? I don't even ever care anymore. That's how they're gonna be. And then they, when they get like that, then people who've had good upbringings or just they understand things a lot better. They're just like, oh, look at that guy. He's a dude. He doesn't deserve any of my attention. But really, he's reaching out. When people act crazy to you and stuff like that, that's them reaching out. They want to know the answer. They act like they don't, but they do, because that's why they're acting like that, because they've had bad teachers and they need to know the answer. The foster system needs to be freaking inspected with freaking dude, you need to, man, dude, and it needs to change. We need to do something about this. I don't know what, but I don't know what, but whoever is in charge of it, they need to do something.